today's episode, we cover some ground and we visit all the little towns on the eastern side of the Yorke Peninsula, then hook around past Point Paris, all the way down to Munta.
I think it's Munta.
G'day legends, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to start the episode off with some very exciting trivia. So we've History. Sorry, getting me bloody wires crossed there. So where we are is near Cowell, and this is on the east side of the Yorke Peninsula, and this is super fascinating, but we've found the igloos that were built in the Second World War, and their defences against air raids. So I believe Sarah knows a fair bit more about it than I do, as you can probably tell, but they're pretty cool. They're just behind us here in the paddock, and the stuff you see in Australia is just mind-boggling, eh?
So they're 132 feet high, and they were actually constructed as shelter from the air raids and for radio locations. But by the time they were finished, peace was declared. So they were actually sold in 1946, and they were sold for £10 each.
Wow, I would bloody buy 10 of them if they were going that cheap. I dare say they'd be worth a fair bit more now. And I think they're made out of concrete or rammed earth by the looks of it. They look really solid.
You're definitely making that up.
Nah, it looks like rammed earth. I reckon it is. Too bad it's in a private property now and we can't go have a look. Well, we probably could, but we're not going to. But yeah, thought we'd start the episode off with some trivia. Trivia history, I'm going to call it. We're going to make our way to Point Gibbon. So, is it Port Gibbon or Point Gibbon?
Port Gibbon.
Port Gibbon.
I think.
Yeah, so we're going to go there and we'll show you guys this one. I think it's a low-cost camp. But we're just going to make our way along the east side of the Yorke Peninsula and show you all the low-cost camps. Follow on from last week's ep, so let's get into it. How good is this joint? So we've just rolled into Mills Steps, and I think it's called Mills Steps because there's steps going down to the beach right here. We're parked up on the cliff, perched up like a bloody eagle up here, and as you can see, there's literally campsites the whole way along this cliff area here, and there's not another soul here, so I'll spin around. It's still super windy, but you can definitely tell how good this spot would be if the sun was out and there was no wind. It'd be absolutely spectacular. There's nice little sandy holes. It's all really protected because there's like almost a fringing reef out to sea there. But yeah, how good does this? It doesn't actually get too much better than this for low-cost camping. This one's $10 a night. Well, it's really windy. This one's $10 a night, and yeah, we're going to stay here tonight and move on tomorrow, so should be good, and hopefully this wind drops off. It is howling, but still beats working. Good morning, legends. So yesterday we pulled into this site, absolutely spectacular site if it was sunny and good, but unfortunately it is raining and like 40 knots. So pretty much yesterday when we pulled up here, we just literally went inside, did work all day because there's nothing else to do, and you can probably even tell now that it's pretty squally. But yeah, if you were here on a sunny day, this spot would absolutely be divine. But I reckon last night was the windiest night that we've had on the trip so far.
Keelan fell straight asleep because he had sleeping tablets, but I was like laying there and the whole van was just like shaking. I could hear like the wind actually getting the awning, and it wasn't even open. Like.
Yeah, the awning was shut and it was still like trying to pull the actual like latches out to like fling it over the roof and stuff. Yeah, it was insane. But I had sleeping tablets last night just because we are parked on a cliff and I do have active sleep disorder, so I'm like very entitled to go walking at night, and I'd normally do that, so I thought I'd better make sure I have a couple of sleeping tablets. And it's a good drop down. I reckon it's a good 10 meters down to the water there, so yeah, there's no surviving that, especially when you're asleep. So anyway, we're going to move on today. We ran out of milk this morning, so we need to go to Cowell and
black coffee.
But at least it's the gums. You can,
exactly.
I reckon you can drink the gums coffee black because it's so tasty anyway. But we're going to go to Cowell and get a coffee and some milk, and then just keep moving along the coast, and hopefully this weather turns it on. At the moment, yeah, she's like winter again.
Another amazing silo art. These things are unreal. Like, I don't understand how they can do that. Like, it's incredible. I don't know if you guys can see it properly because I can see some specks of water on the thing, but oh, it's insane.
I don't know about you guys, but I can take one look at this bloke and tell he's the quintessential Australian. He's got the wife beater on, he's got the dog chain, so maybe he was a vet, and yeah, he's got the mow as well. He could have passed for a famous Australian cricketer. But how pretty is this site? We're going to find out who he is and what it's all about soon. But such a lovely painting. I wonder if it's a mural in memory of him. But he's got a nice looking camel up there as well, and a 28 parrot. So pretty cool stuff. Like I said the other day, I wouldn't like to be washing their paintbrushes at the end of the day. A lot of Dulux has gone on this thing, and a lot of effort. So we're going to continue on to Whyalla now. It's about an hour drive, and we'll speak to you guys when we get there.
So we've left, where were we today? So we've left Port Gibbon and we've made our way through Whyalla, through Port Augusta, and we're all the way up near Port Pirie, and we're now all the way down at Tulare Beach. It's near Point Pirie or something. It's a free camp. We went through Port Augusta. We've picked up all of our parcels that we had coming. So you might have seen on one of our episodes at Cape Arad, we were using the special sauce. It was cracked pepper and garlic dressing, and we're raving about it. It's by Fine Foods in WA. And it turns out the owner was actually watching that episode. So he sent us an email and he was like, guys, thanks so much for the wrap you gave us. We want to send you some product to say thank you. And I kid you not, he sent the biggest box of sauce. We were so excited about it, and it's got all the other flavors. So we can't wait to try those. Check this out. So much sauce.
So much sauce. So much sauce.
We're so keen to try all that. We'll let you know if we like the other flavors too. Morning guys, so we've just woken up at this little beach camp, and I've got a very, very serious question to ask you all. So whenever Keelan's happy, he wiggles his toes. He's doing it right now. And I'm always sitting here watching his feet and they just start like wriggling around. Does anyone else wiggle their toes when they're happy? It's like this.
I think it's super normal. I don't even know I'm doing it, and Sarah's just filming my feet and my wiggling my toes. And then she knows if I'm happy or not. It's like a dog that wags his tail. Anyway, I think it's pretty normal.
It's not.
I definitely don't need to go to rehabilitation for it. But yeah, no, that's what I do. And I don't even know I'm doing it. So if you're a doctor out there, tell us why I'm wiggling my toes subconsciously when I'm happy. It's pretty fascinating. But today we're going to walk out into these mud flats. We just saw this white van roll up. Yeah, I know, a white van. It looks like one that you don't want to see out in front of their bloody school or something. But yeah, we're going to go for a walk out because I saw them get crab scoops out. So we're going to have a bit of explore on the mud flat and hopefully come across a few blue manners. Fingers crossed.
So we're just going down for a swim at Tulare Beach. Keelan's got a little stick that he thinks he's going to get a crab with. I don't know how he thinks he's going to manage that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day today. Finally, no wind, touch wood. Did you have any luck?
No, I didn't see any crabs, but I will familiarise this technique with people that maybe aren't familiar with the the Yorke Peninsula. Apparently it is renowned for blue manna crabs, and the reason why people want these crabs is because they're really delicious. They're absolutely amazing to eat. And the theory behind what I'm doing is, right, so essentially we are in the Gulf and we're on this clay panny sort of area, but as you can see here, it looks like beach sand, but I can tell you that it's not. So it's like it's silty sort of sand, and what happens is the blue mannas sort of come in with the tide, and then instead of going out with the tide, sometimes they just bury themselves in the sand, and this top layer is a nice like sandy color, but when they bury themselves down, it kicks up the underneath black sand, so they'll leave like a little ring around them. So pretty much all you got to do, people get specific rakes for this. They go to the tackle shop and get a rake. Anyway, when you drag your, in my case, a stick along the ground, you can see that it leaves this sort of black line, and the crabs will leave like a little circle, and people get their rakes, they rake up the crab and then quickly turn them, and the crab ends up in the bottom of their rake. In my opinion, I reckon that's cheating. And if anyone's ever been to WA, we use scoops, so like a big, it's almost like an ice cream scoop but mesh, and that's how we scoop the crabs up, and we majorly do that at night. But it is my goal on this Yorke Peninsula to catch a blue manna crab with a stick. I'm not going to go to the tackle shop and buy a rake just for the Yorke Peninsula, so I'm setting myself a challenge. I'm going to catch a blue manna crab with a stick at some point. Maybe not this specific stick because it's not very good, but that is my goal. Anyway, no luck. Let's head back to the camp, and the idea is maybe to head further along the Yorke today and find another little beach camp somewhere. So let's go do that.
We've just come down to North Beach. We had to come here because me and Keelan actually used to live in North Beach in Perth, so we were like, we can't go past the North Beach in South Australia. But how's this house? It's literally private property, and they live right on the water. The water would literally come up to their doorstep when the tide's in. It's insane. So cool. So we've just come back down to the beach that we were on before. Turns out this town actually has two roads around this joint. So there's a main street that takes you behind suburbia, but you can pretty much drive the whole beach. And it's like Broome, I reckon, like it's really tidal. And people are driving around with sedans on the beach, two-wheel drives. Not even like with any clearance at all, and it's just rock hard. It's amazing. We've just found our own little spot here, and gonna try to get Sarah onto a nice little whiting. So let's do that. What a day. So no luck on the whiting front. I just watched Sarah absolutely bury her rod in the bloody water. You know when you cast and you still got your bail arm on? Here we go, she's casting at me now. Oh my God. You know what you're doing? It landed just here. Anyway, a bit disappointed because I can see the whiting, like big sand whiting. And I'm putting it right on their head. Like you're only 5 meters away and you can see the shadows they're casting on the sand flat. And still no luck. Using long shank hook, running sinker, just the quintessential whiting rig, and still just getting shown up by Sarah. She caught like a little, I think it was a juvenile salmon, as juvenile as they get. But how good is this joint? Definitely chuck this one on your list. North Beach, absolute cracker spot. Caravan park, out of this world. Probably one of the best caravan parks we've ever been to. 38 bucks a night for a powered site. Doesn't get much better than that, and we might even stay 2 nights at this point. We just have no idea yet. So anyway, such a nice day, no fish, but still can't complain. Where? As soon as you put the camera on, the bites go away.
This is living Barrett. Just laying in the water and letting your missus catch all the fish.
I'm hunting and gathering back here.
She's bringing home the bacon today. I'm doing nothing. It's just not my day, I don't think. Oh, I just can't get over this joint. The sky's like super wispy too, like the clouds are just turning it on. I reckon it's going to be a really nice sunset.
And at least we can just walk straight down to the water from the caravan park.
Yeah, and I reckon with a bit of luck, that sunset will actually set over the ocean, like a West Oz sunset. Hopefully. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's this big blue manor. He's just pulled up next to us. Nah, he's just cruising. I'm gonna try and get him, I'll probably get bitten here.
Put it under and get a shot of it.
So, finally got what I was after. Nice little crab. Just grabbed her with my bare hands. You can tell it's a her because she's got a darker top shell, and the blue manners that are males have quite a lot longer arms. Sometimes you've got to check these for eggs as well, because sometimes they carry eggs.
See on the bottom of her?
Yeah, that's her egg flap, that little triangle piece there. Anyway, pretty sick. Got myself a crab. We're only saying it this morning how this is my goal, to catch a crab on the Yorke Peninsula. So I've done it. I'm gonna go try to find another one now. I'm gonna throw her back. She's probably, you know what, she probably would be size, but I'm gonna chuck her back. Oh yeah, and these things eat super well. 10 out of 10 eating, I reckon. Here we go.
Watch her go, ready? She'll scamper off.
Oh no, she's not. Just spotted another big crab. I'm gonna try and get him, right? He sees me, eh? He sees me. He's scampering, but he doesn't realise that I'm the crab master. Quick, Sarah, come here, grab this. I've just realised I need another hand. He's a big crab.
He's fast. I don't want to step on one. Yama. I haven't had blue manna crab in so long. Oh, is it? Here we go. Oh, we got her.
Look at that.
Look at her.
Now that's a male. See how he's a lot bluer on the top? He's not brown. He's a male.
Is he big enough?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the measure in the car.
No, that's big enough. That's plenty.
Yeah.
So we've just made our way back to the caravan park here, which is pretty much backing onto the beach anyway. We just had a few showers, which I'm sure you can tell. I just washed my bloody hair. Anyway, we're gonna chuck this crab in. So he's a male blue manna, and we actually get these in WA too. So we're just gonna cook him nice and simple. He's dead as a doorknob. We've had him in the freezer, so it euthanized him. That's the most humane way of doing him. Anyway, we're gonna chuck him in the boiling hot water. I think I'm gonna give him about 6 or 7 minutes, and then we're gonna pull him out and eat him as entree. So let's do that. So the crab is cooked. Well, I should say he's all ready to go. So all you have to do, he's got a back flap. That's normally where the female's eggs sit. So all you have to do is pull that off, and then you get access to this tab. You just pull the crab open like that, and then that's all your meat there. Beautiful. You got meat also in the claws as well. What I will say though is make sure you got a bin bag at the ready for all the crab parts that aren't edible, because they do stink after a little while, and you don't want your van smelling like crab. It's all good when you're boiling it, but when you're stripping the crab back, get rid of all the juice and the stuff you're not eating ASAP. So we're gonna...
Do I shake your hands?
We're gonna sit down and we're gonna dig into this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dislocate the shoulder joint of this crab, so just like that. And then you've got two bits. So you've got the bicep, the forearm,
and then the thumb. So pretty much you've got the arm now. All you got to do is, there's an actual tool, right, that allows you to crack the crabs. But all I do is just keep dislocating the joints and then just slowly pull out. And there you go, that's just crab meat straight off the bone there. That's Sarah's. So no, I'll get it all out for you. And then another way you can crack crabs, so like I said, you get a crusher, but also use the palm of your hand on the table.
Cute.
And then you can get the crab meat out a lot easier.
Good morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here. There's no wind. It's going to be 31 degrees, so we've decided that we're going to have a bit of a beach day, and then we're going to head to Cooper's Ale Brew House for some lunch.
So we literally just found out that there's like a Cooper's Ale House like right over the road,
Yeah.
and one of our Patreons, Tricky, shout out to Tricky as well, he's a legend. He actually said to us, you got to stop drinking that other pale ale crap, you've got to get on the Coopers. So
Now that we're in SA.
and he said if you're hungry, get a Cooper's Red, the sparkling ale, because it's got all the sediment at the bottom. It's really strong, but I think I'll just stick to the green cans, mate. But I don't think Wallaroo town is such an epic spot. You guys need to come here.
Nice.
Like,
did not expect it.
Nah, we had no idea it was going to be this nice. So if you are doing the Yorke Peninsula, and especially starting it on this side, definitely come to Wallaroo. It's absolutely sick town.
To put it in perspective, we were going to come in here just for the day, and we've stayed 2 nights. Well,
Yeah.
this is going to be our second night.
Yeah, so it's a sick town, and yeah, we'll show you what the beach looks like now. Just out front of the caravan park, it literally backs onto the beach, and then we'll go to Cooper's and get a few beers. So
And some food.
and a frothy. So let's go. So we found the first issue with this beach, because it is tidal. The sand is so wet you can't sit on a towel. Your towel just gets so wet so quickly. But that's the first thing we've found wrong with this joint.
This keeps you nice and cool.
Yeah, it does keep you nice and cool. It's probably about 35 degrees ambient today.
It's not 35 degrees.
It's pretty close.
Keelan's putting mayo on it, as always.
It's like someone's got a bottle of Chipotle sauce and just tipped it on us here today. It's bloody spicy, but it's just the way we like it. It's why we've come to South Australia in summer. This is the weather that we sort of wanted, and we're getting it well and truly. So we're just going to chill out here for an hour or two and then head into Cooper's. Can't bloody wait. How good is today? Check this out. Ready? Your turn. Go. Go.
It's cold.
As I'm speaking to you guys right now, I'm actually relieving myself. Oh, I feel so good. You know when you just do them wheeze and it just feels that good when you get it out? Look at Sarah all the way over here.
I said, did you see that car go through the big saltwater puddle? People don't seem to care about it, eh? Maybe they just don't know it's bad for the car.
Brand new D-Max straight through the big puddle of salt water. Maybe he thinks it's fresh. Who knows?
It's huge.
So guys, we just got to our next camp, and unfortunately we're gonna have to save it for next week's episode. I can assure you though, we do catch some fish and we do cook them up. So next week's episode is gonna be sick. I can't wait to expose where we're staying. It's probably one of our favorite camps so far on the coast.
Nice.
We just released the video that I put the question out, should I shave the mow off or should I keep it? And funnily enough, it was an overwhelming response for shave the bloody thing off, which is classic. And some of your comments were actually really funny, like to read. Even though you were taking the piss out of me, it was actually really funny. So thanks for that, guys. You made me laugh. We've absolutely enjoyed the start of the Yorke, mainly because of the heritage buildings that we've been driving past. It seems like every little town so far from pretty much Port Augusta to here. Port Pirie was crazy. All the heritage buildings is absolutely amazing to look at.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And yeah, we haven't seen anything like it in Australia yet. So had a sick episode. We really enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks heaps for watching, legends. As always, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.